So we've had a year into Stadia now, well, more than a year now, because it's no longer the 19th. And I was getting ready to record the podcast with Lloyd. And so I tweeted out, what are some unannounced features that you're hoping for Google Stadia to have in the second year? You guys sent in a whole bunch of really, really great answers. I can't hit them all, but let's take a look at a few of the answers that you guys sent in. Just a reminder, if you didn't know, I have a podcast called Stadia Cast. It is recorded live right here on this channel every single Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So hope to see you there. Let's get started with this reply from Dexter, aka Lieutenant Red Panda. They said an annual Pro subscription. This is something that I asked John Justice about when I interviewed him, seems like ages ago. I said, are we going to get an annual subscription at a discount? And he said, I'm not sure. Is that something people want? And I thought that he was, at the time, I thought he was just playing coy. But the longer that it goes on, that we don't have an annual subscription, the more I think that we're just not going to get one. I just don't understand why they wouldn't want this. It would entice people to subscribe to Stadia Pro for much longer periods of time. And because of that, they'd be much more likely to use the service. Here's another comment roughly about the same thing. This one comes from Jairi Mir. They said, how about a cost savings bundle that includes a Stadia subscription along with YouTube Premium / Music, which, by the way, those two things already go together, Google One, Play Pass, and whatever else all in one. I'd like that for sure. That makes a lot of sense if you're all in on Google. As somebody who doesn't have an Android phone, that wouldn't really be useful for me. And the reason why is because I wouldn't be able to take advantage of the Play Pass. What I would like to see instead is like a menu where you could say, all right, I want to subscribe to YouTube Premium and Music. I want to subscribe to Stadia. Maybe Google Photos. Let me grab a couple of those things and then hit a button. And then it, based on how many services that I'm subscribing to, give me a discount based on that, and then give me a discount based on how long I'm signing up for. If I'm signing up for a whole year, give me a couple of months in order to entice me to sign up for that entire year all at once. It's a very common thing that happens in the, I guess I would say, subscription industry. Is that a thing? In addition to those comments, we had a whole bunch more, all asking for that same thing, the yearly discount or combining a bundle of things. So Google, make sure that you get that to us, because I think that you're going to make a lot more money if you do. Although I'm sure that they have a bunch of people with a spreadsheet that's proving me wrong right now. Let's move on. We have a tweet from at Smoke and Wax. They said a controller that you can work with your feet. I'm not sure if you're joking or not, but I don't think that that's a ridiculous ask, and I'm sure that that already exists. If you are not aware, this is a Stadia controller, and on the bottom it has USB-C. Now, that USB-C has this new mode that I think you have to do a firmware update for your controller, but there's this new mode called Tandem Mode where you can plug other controllers into that controller and use those controllers as the controller. Too many controllers in that sentence, but I think you get the idea. Why is this important? Well, it's important because of people who may have a disability that makes using a traditional controller like this difficult. They could get something like the Xbox Adaptive Controller, plug it into the bottom of their Stadia controller, and still be able to play Stadia on their TV, which is what I think a lot of people want. So, Paul, I think that it's possible that you might already be able to do that. However, I don't have an Xbox Adaptive Controller, so I can't confirm that for you. Blue Zali, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. They tweeted, integration between Stadia and Discord. Now, for me, this is something that I want with Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo and Epic Games, and I want everybody to integrate with Discord. I want Discord to be the glue that holds everything together. Now, is that going to happen? I don't think so. Unfortunately, I think there's too many motivations for companies to try and vertically integrate everything instead of more horizontally integrating things. And here's the reason why. Let's say that I'm playing a game on Stadia, and then I see that, let's say it's connected with Discord, and I see that one of my friends is playing, I don't know, we'll say Halo on their Xbox, and I see that, then I might leave what I'm doing in Stadia to go play Halo with my friend. And Google doesn't want that. And you can completely reverse this exact argument. Maybe I'm playing on my Xbox, I'm playing Halo, and I look at my friends list on Discord and I see that, oh, look at that. My friends are playing, I don't know, Final Fantasy 14 on PlayStation. So I'm going to shut off my Xbox, load up my PlayStation so that I can join them. I completely get the desire to have one place where you get all of your communicating done. I totally understand that. But I think the motivation against that is just too great to get all of these other companies on the same page. Now, would it be cool if just Stadia integrated with Discord? Yes, I think it would. But I don't see that happening, unfortunately, as much as I would really, really like that to happen. Joel Thompson said, and this is the one that I agree with the most, something we've never seen before. I completely agree with that. That's one of the reasons that I got so excited about Stadia. And while right now we've seen a whole bunch of games that some of them wouldn't be playable in the way that they are playable on other consoles, like say the 40 cars in Grid. Like you can't do that on a PS4 Pro. You can't do that on an Xbox One. And I don't know if you'll be able to do that on the new systems. But so far, we still haven't seen that thing, that cloud native thing that I personally have been waiting for. And so, Joel Thompson, I completely agree with you. That is something that we need to see, and I would love to see it sooner rather than later. But that interview with the director, the game director for Stadia, basically said that we're not going to be seeing that for a year or two. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay waiting. I'm having a blast playing my games on Stadia. But I also understand that it takes time to get this stuff done, and I'm okay being patient. Let's move on. Manthor said full integration with the Google Assistant, like creating a group with Frank. He's got quotes here. So, hey, keyword, create a group with Frank and Paul, or send okay for me at 19 to the group. I don't know what he means by at 19, but I totally get what you're saying. You're saying you want the Google Assistant, which is built into the controller, to work, to have a little more power. And I do think that kind of thing is coming. Right now, you could launch Destiny 2 on your Chromecast by saying, hey, keyword, launch Destiny 2 on the living room TV or something like that. But, Manthor here is saying, why not say instead, hey, keyword, start Destiny 2 and launch a Gambit matchmaking, or hold down that button on your controller and say, go live to YouTube. While all of that sounds really awesome, I think that it's going to be slow coming. More and more voice commands are going to work eventually. I think things like go live to YouTube, just because I know how YouTube works, is you have to have you have to create a stream ahead of time usually. It's not like on Twitch where you just hit a button and you're live on your channel. You usually have to go in, make a stream, and then you hit go live. And that kind of thing would work. But honestly, how many button presses is that going to save you? I'm all for more voice commands, though. And I'm going to follow up with what you just suggested with the thing that I've been asking for forever is let me type with my voice on Google Stadia. All right. That's what I really, really want. Amazing Deals said ray tracing support. I guarantee we're going to get that eventually. DLSS equivalent support. I'm not positive what that means off the top of my head, but I think DLSS equivalent support is all about the my brain stopped working there for a second. I can't remember now. Oh yeah, all about like the super fast hard drives that are on the PS4. I'm sorry, the PS5 and the Xbox Series. I think that like hardware upgrades like that, those things are going to come over time eventually. We already have really, really fast load times on Google Stadia. And I guarantee that at some point we will have ray tracing support. All of that stuff is definitely going to come. And then Amazing Deals also said the AV1 codec support. Well, we already kind of have that announced that that's on the way. And I anticipate that is going to continue to get better and better. The different codecs, like Google is the king of making codecs that use very little bandwidth to transmit ridiculous amounts of data. And so I foresee that's definitely going to come. And I bet you they're already working on like AV4, which will be released in 6 years or something. Like they've already got those pieces of information in the works. And then finally, a tweet from Dr. Spaceman. He said, a content creator program. You know, you look at Epic Games, they have a content creator program where if I'm streaming a game and somebody decided after watching my gameplay, hey, I think I want to pick up this game, let me use your creator code, and then I get some, me the streamer, I get a little bit of scratch from that. That's awesome. I'm all for it. We don't currently have it with Stadia, and what I think would be the best way to do it, the absolute best way to do it, would be for them to just put the buy button right below a YouTube video. So if you are streaming a Stadia game on your YouTube channel and there's a buy button right below and somebody clicks on that buy button, you get like, I don't know, 50 cents or something. If you are a large streamer, you could make a bunch of money that way. I think that'd be really, really cool. So a content creator program is a really good call, Dr. Spaceman. I also think that eventually that kind of thing is going to happen. I think and I have no evidence to support this. This is just my gut feeling. I get the feeling that the thing holding all of that back is probably not Stadia necessarily, but YouTube stuff. Because YouTube and Stadia, you know, while they're owned by the same company, they're completely separated, and they do have a little bit of crossover with working together. But I'm assuming that a lot of the YouTube stuff is getting slowed down by YouTube, and of course, everything is getting slowed down by COVID. Anyway, if you have ideas for what Google should do in year 2, leave them in a comment down below, and maybe we'll talk about your ideas at another video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.